Hi, everybody. It's Arthur here at Arthur Ease Your Mind on YouTube. I'm an intuitive consultant and psychic advisor. And boy, do I have news for you guys. Actually, thank you. I couldn't believe it, but I hit 20,000 subscribers, and I could not have done it without all of you. So if you've been here from the beginning, if you're a new subscriber, my heart goes out to you. Thank you so much. Also, to people like Linda and Mel who got me started here on YouTube 2 years ago, and also all the collaborators, like especially Sherry and Valerie and Scott and Kevin and everyone. And if I missed anybody, I'm sorry because I'm brain dead at the moment. But thank you. I was really shocked when I saw 20,000, and because I was going for 15 at the end of March, so maybe we can go for 30, July 4th. What do you say? What do you say? We can do it. I can't do it without you guys, but I really appreciate it. And I did an interesting interview with Life After Life NDE. That aired last Monday on their channel. And tomorrow I'm on Haunting Live. We tape that. That'll air tomorrow at 8:30 a.m., which, believe me, Eastern time. Yeah. 5:30 my time. I'll probably be going to bed at that time. So anyway, I'm a night owl. Or insomniac, whatever word you want to use. But anyway, thank you again. And this community is just so rich and wonderful and sharing and generous. And, you know, you guys gave me a voice. You gave me a home. Thank you. Ooh, NDE is where you found me. That was funny because I did a show last Sunday, a live show, and I kind of got through it with a migraine. And then I had 2 hours and then did the show with Evelyn. And then she did the editing and stuff. So she's a really nice gal. She's in Vietnam, a very wonderful person. So, yeah, we can do 30. Oh, let's go for 1 million. Come on. Jazz kidding. So anyway, I really hope everyone had a wonderful day today, Easter Sunday. All I did was do the bunny hop in the kitchen to the refrigerator to the stove. That's all I did. And then I just hope everyone had a great time with family. Or if you don't have a family, you had a good time with yourself. You know, or watch good movies or whatever. Because family is not always about blood. Family is the people we choose to be in our lives. And some of us, either our families walked away from us, we walked away from them, things didn't work out. It's all right. Nobody here is alone, especially on this channel. We've got a wonderful, wonderful, great community here, and I love you all. So we've got some wacky things with this wacky president of ours going down these past couple of days. Let's see, Paul. Oh, thank you, Paul. You should come to my night owl conversations on. Okay, I'm sorry. This is why I say write in caps. You should come. Okay, I'll try. In fact, Sherry has a night owl thing too, and I stopped by hers last night, her slumber party. It's not that I don't like myself in glasses. The reflection drives me crazy from the lights. Okay, so anyhow, I've got questions here. I also have some questions from the post. Thank you for going there. A lot of the questions are going to be redundant, so I'm going to try and keep some of them on topic. But the one thing was asking about the salty sassy. A Pentagon cyber unit quit en masse and will be leaving by May. Do you see any whistleblowers stepping forward from the group? Also, is there now a cable that goes somewhere, Russia? Are the cables like this in all of the agencies where Doge has been? Do you mean like a secret backdoor channel? I'm not feeling it. There could be something, but as you know, when I read the questions, I just give you what my guides give me. Sometimes people think I'm giving my own opinion. If I give my opinion, I'll tell you. This is from the guides. First of all, I feel that the people left in mass, they just had it. They just had it with the incompetency and everything like that. And they're just stepping back. I do feel some of them will, in time, reveal some information about what's going on with Doge and stuff. At the same time, I do feel, or what I'm being told, is that some of these people will come back. Okay, this administration is not going to last 4 years. I'm telling you that right now. And then Mary's asking, the whistleblower that was on Rachel Maddow's show found potential links between Doge and Russia. It's all being investigated. It's all being taken care of. We may not see it, but look at it this way. Everybody keeps on saying, why not? Why hasn't it started? Why hasn't it started? Why hasn't it started? It has. We're just not seeing it. It's like we plant the garden. You till the soil. I sound like Chauncey Gardner right now. But what you do is we planted the seeds. We don't see the roots growing. Okay? So we have to keep that faith that the roots are growing and that they're going to sprout when the time is right. We want everything in our time. It has to be in universe time, God's time, whatever you want to call it time. Okay? However, I would suggest everyone, there are manifestation techniques out there, like with Neville Goddard, where the important thing is, it's not that you use the right words, use the right affirmations, use certain things or rituals. As long as you feel it, as long as it's coming from your heart, that's what it's all about. And you thought that's what it was all about, was about the hokey pokey. But no, it's really about when we feel it, that intention, when we feel it in our heart, we feel it in our bones. And that's, if all of us can just go to bed at night saying thank you, that we know we're going to be in good hands soon, and just thank you and not worry about all the craters falling, and the sky is falling down. They're running around yelling, and the last thing you want to do is be Chicken Little, okay? And, so just all of us, before you go to bed at night, just create the vision of the democracy that is ours. Okay? How's that for being airy-fairy on this Easter Sunday? Okay, moving on. Deborah asked about the housing market. The housing market I would say at the moment, just stand still. But you're going to see some changes, I feel, as we get more towards June, July, into August. There may see some changes for the better, okay? Ramona asks, could you read about Bernie Sanders' health? He's our knight in shining armor. Yes, he is. People forget, he's in his 80s, and he's still going. When I look at him, he gets a little tired now. I mean, what the guys say, he's a little tired, but he's got a fire in him that's always been there, and it's not going to be extinguished anytime soon. Now, Lise A asks, will there be any consequences for the billionaires backing the Oval Office idiot after he is out of office? And if you watch my shows, what I always say, you betcha it will. It will. You'll see. If he goes down, they all go down. Like cut the head of the snake kind of thing. I like this one. What does Melania think of her husband's antics? What makes she thinks about her husband? Really? Care less. As long as she's making money out of this, entertainment purposes only. And what will happen to Marco Rubio? Oh, little Marco. Remember the very first time he came on the scene where he was doing the rebuttal to, I think it was Obama's State of the Union? And every second he was drinking water the whole time. It was like, just put an IV in, get it over with. He's going away. He's going away. Maybe he'll join the keyboard elves or something. I don't know, but he's going away when it's all said and done. Okay, so let's get to some questions here that I know you have put up there so patiently, and I really appreciate it. And by the way, Sherry's in the background. I got to say thank you to her because I cannot read, walk, talk, do readings, as I always say. So if it wasn't for her, this would be a really boring show. Hi, Patty. Hi, Arthur. When Trump is no longer in office, will Congress clarify and strengthen the system of checks and balances so no more president can be as dictatorial as Trump has been? Yes. Big rounding yes. The first thing they're going to put in there is anybody that's a felon cannot run for presidency, cannot run for the president. That's going to be one of the very first things. Okay. And they're going to beef stuff up. The one thing is he's shown us where the leaks are. I mean, I'm talking about water leaks. Like you have a boat, you see the leaks, you plug them up. That's kind of what's happening here in our government, where the loopholes, they're going to be taken care of. Very methodically, very ethically, very humanely. Okay? Next question. Hi, Arthur. Happy Easter. You too. And everything else. You know, all I keep on thinking was, remember that time they made Sean Spicer dress up as the Easter Bunny? Why did they do that to Carolyn Levitt this year? Anyway, oh, that's right, because it was sponsored. Not by the government. Since you have answered a lot of my questions in prior videos, may we see if by the end of the year there's less chaos overall? Thanks. Well, the thing is, yes, there will be less chaos, but also it's from your point of view. If you're running around, like I said, like Chicken Little, then I will say go to my guided meditations and listen to, letting go of stress and anxiety. But once you let go of the stress and anxiety and realize, okay, this too shall pass, then you're a little bit calmer. Okay. And I do feel that things are going to be moving after September. Now, people want me to pinpoint dates and times and all that kind of stuff. I can just tell you what I get. It could be wrong. It could be right. It's up to the guides. But what they've given me is, so far it's been working out. I said the Ides of March, things would start popping, and that's when signal getting started. And then we get into April, every day is going to be another WTF and going into another constitutional crisis, especially when we have the Supreme Court issuing something at 1:00 in the morning. That in itself is incredible, saying you cannot deport these people from the Blue Bonnet house in whatever it was in Texas. So everybody said, well, they said they're not going to do it. Yeah, well, the Supreme Court said you're not going to do it. So let's see. These next 2 weeks about all the immigration stuff is going to come to the forefront. I felt the Garcia man will be coming back hopefully by the end of this month, no later than, it'd be nice if it's Cinco de Mayo. But I really feel if it's not by the end of this month, we'll know when. Also, the Venezuelan individuals. Garcia is originally from El Salvador. And all this stuff, they tried to make it look like, oh, they're having margaritas and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, right. I mean, I could put a better set together than they do. Anyway. But the thing is, less chaos. Yeah. Provided you also take care, you're in charge of how you feel. The only thing we can ever control in ourselves and our lives is how we react to something. Okay? When I was a kid, I was nuts. I mean, I used to scream and holler and all the time, like injustice and stuff. Now I realize that, just stand back, count to 1,000,003, and then say something. Besides that, what I've also learned is when you're quiet amongst people, they think you're smart. Anyway, next question. Hi, Arthur. Did Musk team release American nuclear secrets to the Russians? I want to say yes to that. I just pulled the creepy cards. And I got surprise attack. I don't think we're going to be attacked like 9/11 or anything like that. Let's see if I can get a clarifier on that. Oh, good. Downgrade. This to me always reads as Musk. So I keep on hearing Captain Sneal and Muskrat Love. I think they say it right. Anyway, they did, but Cal Surprise. But when they go away, it'll be tightened up again. Why doesn't Stephen Miller consider there is a downside to destroying the country where he lives? Why doesn't he know everything he enjoys is because of American democracy? You are beautiful light, Arthur. Well, thank you. It's a 65-watt bulb here. There are people that don't look at the rest of the world the way, because they feel they're not part of it. You know, it's like they're ants. We don't get involved with ants. It's like, he always reminds me, besides an NOTSEE Republican, a Nazi Republican, he always reminds me that, there's people that like are on a powerboat and a power trip, but a powerboat just going through whatever, the water, not realizing what they're causing behind them. Be falling off the rafts, everybody drowning and all that kind of stuff, because they don't care. Just keep on driving. That's him. And the thing is, there's something wrong because he keeps on screaming and hollering to get his point across. If everything was so great and wonderful, he would just state it. He doesn't have to drill it into your head like I'm not going to use that N word again. But anyway, I really feel he's got some explaining to do when the time is right. Okay? He's got shark eyes. I'm sorry, sharks. But him and Jared Kushner have the same eyes. Just hollow. Entertainment purposes only. So, hi, Arthur. Will there ever be peace in Gaza? Yes. In our lifetime. And it's not going to be the playground for the rich. Okay? I don't see that. With a 20-foot golden Trump statue? Nope. Remember that Saddam Hussein had his statue, they tore it down right away. So anyway, I do feel eventually. Okay. Krusty Snapper. What do you see removing blank from the office? Health, military, evidence of election fraud, Congress before or after midterms? Thanks, Arthur. Happy day. Happy Easter day. What do I see? This reminds me of those tests in school. Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? Is it D? Or is it all of the above? It's going to be all of the above. Just little everything. I mean, his health. Every time I read him, not that I want to, but every time I put out there what's going on around him, it's like heart and head. And here you have to have a heart and you have to brain, but whatever. Maybe that's why it's hollow. But at the same time, there's something not right. And health-wise, and entertainment purposes only. Evidence of election fraud, that's coming out. That is definitely coming out. People are saying, why hasn't it come out yet? Because they have to have all the T's and dot the I's. Because remember, for 4 years, Trump was saying, what? It's stolen. So how can if it was, if they were so good at stealing things, how come the Democrats didn't steal it again? So he always projects what he's doing. Okay? It's going to come out. It has to be the right time. And they have to have enough. I know they've already, when I've looked at this, my guys have told me they've already recreated everything. How they did it, how it was done. And but being quiet about it so that when it comes out, and I feel it's going to be like June, July, it's going to be one thing after the other, after the other, after the other, and not just from the States. There's other countries involved here. So it's going to be like, yeah, get the popcorn and get it at Costco. They believe in DEI. Okay. Hi, L. Thompson. Can you tell what the real changes to Social Security will be? And do you see AM end for the FDIC? I don't really. I see banks doing little things here and there, but I don't see like charging for fees and stuff where they weren't doing that under Biden. But I don't feel they're going to get rid of FDIC and the insuring the money. And the real changes, Social Security. Everybody's asking me. The changes to the Social Security system to me are the people that are working there, as opposed to the actual. Will I get my check? I feel checks are still going out. I just feel that if there's a situation where there's a mix-up with paperwork or something, then it's going to take time to get it fixed. That's when you do a novena to St. Jude. But it'll get done. Okay. Oh, and while we're on the topic of things, I say this every time, 5calls.org. I'm not affiliated with them, but use it. It'll help you get to your representatives, help you with templates of what to say, how to say it, also phone numbers, addresses, etc., etc., etc. So I would highly recommend that. And also I recommend, again, not affiliated in any way, shape, or form, but Goods Unite Us, available on Apple and Android, tells you who donates to who. Put the name of a company in, and they tell you if they vote, if they give money to Democrats, Republicans, or both, in percentages wise. And because of this, there are a lot of stores I don't go to anymore. Okay. So, Lorraine, hi. If the government has evidence of the steal, why haven't it been released yet? What are they waiting for? They're waiting for the right timing. They're waiting for things. Look, like I said, it's not in our time, it's in God's time. Things, they want this to be so solid that it can't be denied. Okay, it's going to happen. Don't ask me the date. Hi, John Smith. What results will the large protests have on Congress and the Cheeto administration? Will it make them stop Doge? I don't know if you noticed or not, but, there were large protests all over the country. And they didn't really, legacy media didn't really cover it. They may have talked a little bit about it, but they never really covered it. And I was on YouTube yesterday looking at some of the protests and stuff, and it was all peaceful. But what got me was there was a news feed from an India television network from India. They were covering it more in depth than anything here in the States. I thought that was brilliant. First time I saw that network on there, but they know it's there. But, I actually feel they lie to him sometimes and don't tell him what's really going on. He wants to see what he wants to see, and Congress, let's face it, they're running away from their town hall meetings. Don't go to Marjorie Taylor Greene's unless you want to be tased. Did you hear about that? Protester, they tased him. Well, she looks like she walks around being tased with that hair. Anyway, another story. But I just say that it's happening. This is what I've been predicting of April, May, June, where things start coming to a head. Okay? We are stronger than we realize. We are stronger than they realize. Okay? Don't listen to all the stuff they put out there. It's just distractions. And the whole thing about the economy is, and the tariffs, and then there's also the immigration stuff. We can do both at the same time. We can protest both. Okay. And you see that picture of Trump saying that they have proof that Garcia is part of, what is it, M13 or something, some group? They wrote M13 on his hand. It's fake. So anyway. And, every time I look at Doge, they remind me of the kids in high school that, in gym class always end up not being picked to play any games, and they were like the ones in the corner playing handball. I know, because that would have been me. 100 kids in my gym class. Yeah, I was number 3 to get picked at the end. The third of the last. Yeah, nobody wanted me. It's okay. Hi, Karen. Happy Easter. When will all the crazy is over? Do you see Kamala Harris as our next president? I'm going to tell you right now, it's an odd or even day. Some days I get it, sometimes I don't. This is so fluid but I do know democracy rules. The Democrats win. I often see the House going blue before midterms. I don't think that's my liver backing up from the 70s. I really feel it's because people are going to be leaving. People like that bought $750,000 worth of bonds when they were told to buy and made lots of money. That someone who entered Congress with $700,000 and now is worth over $22 million. Who are we talking to? Look it up. She's blonde, kind of butch. Yeah, whatever. But I always get that sometimes I get Harris, sometimes I see a committee, and then somebody even voted in. She's still going to be part of this. She's still part of the government. And in fact, I still feel Biden is working things behind the scenes. I don't think he's sitting there, dozing off on a rocking chair. Not at all. Because he loves this country so much. He's not letting it go. He's just not going to walk. He has not walked away from it. Okay. He's doing what he can do quietly. And he's a Scorpio, for Christ's sake. He always does things quietly. All right? Fibberlegit. I hope I said that right. Arthur, will the creator of the deportation scheme be arrested and charged when it's done? I can't remember. Isn't Tom Homan or something? And listen, if I say a name wrong, if I say the wrong thing, I apologize ahead of time. A lot of these channels have a team of 10 people. I got a team of 10 fingers. Okay. So I can't keep up on everything. But all I'm going to say is Trial at Nuremberg. Great movie. We may get to see part 2. Will seniors receive Social Security checks in May? I hope so. I got a yes on it. I actually pulled a card on it just to double check, and I got a yes. House card. Let them on deck. So the house is fine. If not, oh my God, I'm going to be what? In a box next month? No, don't. I know I'm being pithy and stuff. Don't be scared. I'm not seeing it. If I were, I would tell you. Seriously. Hi, Denise. Happy Bunny Day. I have a great day, sort of. Arthur, please tell me this week Trump won't be able to work. Please. I worship you for the rest of the hour. He doesn't work. He just goes and plays golf. They just stand him in the podium, and the evil entities that carry him around like Weekend and Bernie's make him talk. Just kidding. He takes up oxygen in the room, in really bad makeup. So what I feel here is just keep the faith. And like I said earlier, Whenever they say stuff, don't do a knee-jerk reaction. Okay? See what they're saying, why they're saying it, and what else is going on that they're trying to distract us from. Okay? Thank you, Denise. And have a good day. You deserve it. Divine inspiration. What will happen with Tom Homan once Felon 45 is no more? Tom Homan is no more. And maybe be selling used Teslas. That'd be nice. I see him getting in some trouble because I feel there's some things he's done is illegal, and it's going to catch up to him. Again, entertainment purposes only. I'm just your neighborhood friendly psychic, but that's what I'm getting. Okay. Hi, Debbie Smith. Are we getting closer to the orange one's removal from office? Yep. Yes. I know. When everybody says to me, can you give us some good news? There will be an obituary sooner than we think. Not necessarily someone dying, but maybe they're leaving office. Like their career is dead, but they're still alive. We'll see. But each day. Yeah. The Unigamer one. Is retrograde lingering or is it just me? Well, it's still, I'm still having shades of it, to be honest with you. But then again, we also had 2 eclipses. We had, I don't know if we're still in Venus retrograde. Mercury retrograde is always a shadow period afterwards. So technically it went stationary with the 7th, and I would say like around the 14th, and here the 20th. And this one was a crappy one, so there's always residue. So it's not just you. Hi, Salty Sassy. Musk declared 6,100 people dead from Social Security rolls. Will they be alive again soon? Yeah. 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 They will. That's going to be a S show, let me tell you. Hi, Nancy. Will the members of SCOTUS who refuse to recuse themselves against the law and who lied ever pay a price? In time. In time. You know, it's not only this realm we have to worry about. I know we say when we go to the other side, it's all love and light and kumbaya. However, when we go to the other side, there is still a review of our lives, of what we've done. I don't know if going on a yacht while people are suffering is a good thing or not. Now that's my opinion. Okay? They'll pay in more ways than one. We may not see it, but energetically, yes. Hi, Donna. Will those Congress members and Trump administration employees be arrested and prosecuted from insider trading? When? Yes. When the time is right. I know. You hate me. You want me to say exactly what date. I feel it could be within the next month and a half. So we'll see. But it's kind of like, when is the cake done? When it's done. Unless you live at a different elevation than the rest of us and you have to factor that in. But, I never understood that when I was a kid. Trying to make a cake, it was like, depending on the elevation, my mom thought I was nuts. But who didn't? But yeah. There's gonna be prices to pay with this insider trading. Because they've got the receipts, literally. You can't hide the trading. You can't hide the buying. And when you buy $750,000 worth of bonds, when it's down to make profit, the timing was just too perfect. Okay. So rest assured, it will happen. Hi, Sylvia. Cuban-born billionaire took out a full-page ad in the Miami Herald getting after Rubio and other Florida Hispanic reps who are silent regarding 45 after convincing constituents to vote for him. Yeah. The curtain is being pulled back. The curtain is definitely being pulled back. I think this is wonderful. You know, because it's all the communities, not only the Cubans, Venezuelans, everyone. They were all told, "Oh, we're not going to touch you." And what do? Yeah, they're deporting everybody. At least attempting to, whether they're legal or not. Hi, T. Lynn. Will U.S. get our 9 kidnapped citizens for political gain back from Venezuela? It's being worked on. I get a yes. Don't ask me the time frame. But I get a yes on that. That's what they just gave me. Sandra, what happened to Signalgate? Well, a bunch of people got together and used an app that, never mind. It's not going away. Believe me, there are people in government, in the military, that are not going to let this slide. People have gone to jail for less than this. And when things shift and Blondie Bondi's no longer there, there's going to be hell to pay for all of them. Because also against the Records Act, keeping care of all the records and stuff like that. They were doing this not letting anybody know what the history is. And that's a big no-no. Like, they care. Hi, Vicky. Congrats on 2,000K. 20,000. Thank you so much. 2,000. Ooh, that would be nice. Do you see the Orange Menace backing down at all of fear with the protests? Not really. Not really. The thing when he backs down is if another country goes after him and says you're wrong, and he always ends up coming with a reason why he backed down, like with the tariffs and everything. It does bother him because it's all about optics. It's all about numbers. But I swear, there's, as far as the legacy news or corporate news, whatever you want to call it, there's a news blackout on the protests. There really is. There's a little bit of mention here or there, but not enough to really make it worth their while to cover it. Is how I see it. Because it's just trying to make the fat man happy. It's all going to blow up. I'm telling you. Okay. Hi, Denise. My Easter day was out drumming up positive karma and now watching my family on YouTube. Oh, your family has a YouTube channel? I like the Munsters or the Addams Family. Just kidding. That would be my family YouTube channel. Hi, Karen. What is the real reason Rogan is speaking out? Ratings, fear, real concern? Ratings. He'll say whatever he's told to say in order to get ratings. That's how I feel it. If he had a conscience, he wouldn't be doing half the stuff he's doing. So, entertainment purposes only. And also, don't forget, the Midas touch is whipping his ass. Hi, Carmen. When are the immigration deportees to El Salvador going to stop? the Supreme Court put out something. Sorry. The Supreme Court put something out on Saturday morning, 1 a.m. That's all on hold. There's going to be some hearings, I think, this week about it. So the thing is, Trump already paid lots of money to El Salvador to do this. And my guides tell me that someone's getting a kickback from that too. So we'll see what happens on that. But eventually it will stop. Okay. Ginger Johnson. I heard that Orange ordered 25 embassies to close. Will that happen? I don't see them closing 100%. They may take personnel out. I don't see them closing, like leaving those countries at all. I still feel there'll be a presence. Maybe one person at a desk, but still a presence. Okay. At least that's what I get. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm getting. Hi, Arthur. Do you see the southern U.S. states ever turning blue? I'm a New Englander stuck in the South. Thank you. Well, the one thing about being stuck in the South, you can always tell them where to go and where to stick it and all that kind of stuff and just say, God bless. Things are going to start changing. I actually feel, Florida is going to be is more blue than they think. And the more that the Republicans take a stranglehold on places like Tennessee and Louisiana and Arkansas, people are going to start fed up because if their Medicaid starts running out, I'm not saying it is, but if their Medicaid runs out, do you really see Huckabee Sanders doing something to help them? No. So just say, you know what? We got rid of child labor laws, so let's put your kids in the factories or in the fields. We can do that. It'll change. The whole country is going to change. I would say within 3 years, because the wording I keep on getting from my guides are in 3 years' time, the words empathy, the words compassion, the words judgment are not dirty words anymore. Okay? It takes time, but it's going to happen. Hi, Helen. Pete H. has another Signal Gate incident reported hours ago. Is this his final undoing? I hope so. We always said there's going to be another one. We always said something else is going to happen with this guy. And he's not going to be around. So I hope the hedgehog goes away. And this is it. We always said he's going to do something really stupid. And I also feel that something comes out, another scandal with another female. Okay? So. Hi, Daphne. When will tech jobs pick up again? Over 700,000 tech workers were laid off since 2022, starting with X, called by Muskrat. Well, as we get into the end of 2026 into 2027, I really feel things pick up in that market. And it's not until then, but things will once things have to topple first, and then we rebuild. In the words of Biden, we'll build back better. Okay. Yes, storyteller. The Europeans' TVs have the American demonstrations. Yes, they do. So let's see what else is here. Hi, Aki. Did TJ DTJ asks, or going to ask military to deploy to Moscow. No, I don't see that. People have asked me many times, is Trump going to send our military to help Putin? I get a no on that. If he were to do that, I'd see a lot of people stepping down, resigning, and then what? The militia people come forward? That's what they want in our government, because let's face it, they're trying to get rid of DEI, and just have white men. It's crazy. I wonder if they're going to have an official, like, when you get your barracks, they give you sheets. One sheet for the bed, one sheet to wear. Never mind. Hi, Artemis. I was just watching a congressional committee about Doge and why Elon Musk still hasn't shown up. And they're having a pretty heated argument about getting rid of him. Will they? Yes. Yeah. I feel by May he's gone. End of May. That's what the guy just said. What havoc he'll wreak before then, he'll try. But we know he's not going to be like trying to drive across country in a Cybertruck, trying to get rid of the police fap for him. No slow speed chase. But no, what I'm saying here is I do feel they all are tired of this because he's an unelected official. He was here illegally with his brother. He should be going to El Salvador as far as I'm concerned. But I always say that he tries to evade, tries to go somewhere else, but the long arm of the law gets him. Okay? And he's going to lose he'll lose all the government contracts he has. That will happen. Hi, Renee. Tom Homan, border czar, has troops at the southern border. He was quoted saying something is going to happen that cannot be stopped. What is it, and will it be stopped? No, he's always saying something. He's always saying something. He would love to take everybody and invade Mexico. And then afterwards say, oh, sorry, we didn't mean to do that. Not that's going to happen. He's got, I don't know. There's just stuff around him that he's not a nice person. And it's from his point of view, that kind of guy. He's right. Everyone else is wrong. Don't forget, he also he said we should ignore the courts. That will come to bite him. Okay? What else? Will Miss Levitt ever be in any trouble? Yeah, they find out that she cheated on her Trump University application. Yeah. She's not going to become no governor or anything like that. That. Maybe they'll put her on like some DIY channel on how to lie, how to write fiction. And him versus only. Thank you, Arthur, for answering my question. And you're welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you. That really helps the site. So I think I got time for more. Hi, Barbie. Tell me that Marco ends up in Alaska or somewhere far from Florida because the Cubans in Venezuela, and don't forget, especially Miami. I don't know about Alaska. If he drove, it would be really fun because he has to go through Canada first. Actually, I saw the best meme. It was, Trump wanting to write new maps and everything. So there was Canada, there's Mexico, and in between was Karen. Nothing against Karens, but you know what I'm saying. Be grateful you are not female in this Project 2025 era. Why do Republicans hate women? Because they never got to date the girl in high school. Really. And the women that I see in the Republican Party, the way they act, they're like the mean girl from high school. So they all found each other. No individuality. Hi, Marietta. Nice to see you. And you too, sweetheart. Do you see a lot of hurricanes around South Florida this summer? Thanks. I do get hurricanes. I do get some strong ones. I get them on both the west and the east. I'm getting 3 major ones. I'm not seeing loss of life. Obviously, some water damage, and some people will be leaving Florida after it because they can't afford it. They can't afford the insurance, or the insurance companies aren't going to pay. And FEMA, what's that? Oh, that used to be that company, that organization to help people. Yeah, no more FEMA. And I don't see Ron DeSantis is going to be helping anybody in Florida, especially after the last time there was a hurricane. He told everybody to donate to his wife's organization, not the Red Cross, and none of that money went anywhere. She's in trouble. It all catches up. But I'm sorry to say, I do feel there's going to be 3 hurricanes. So do what you have to do. You'll be all right. That's what I get. Do you see tsunamis occurring in the near future around the world? Yes. Yes. But not devastating. And also there's warnings. So that's how I'll answer that one. I'm not getting when and where. I'm just saying, this guy just said yes. Hi, Donna. How does J.D. Vance feel after being refused to see the Pope and instead being chastised by the Pope's assistant for his lack of compassion? Couldn't have him better to a nicer guy. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. How does he feel? Well, his normal these days is embarrassment is pretty high because look what we had to do go through the hoops, the flaming hoops to be with Trump. But he, so what? The Pope didn't want to see him. So I'm sure in time he'll write it that he did actually secretly see the Pope. Now they are. Well, the lawsuits from Smart Electronics and Electronic Truth Alliance for hand recount audits be one catalyst for the removals. That's part of it. Hi, Sweet Pea. Yeah, it's part of it. It's going to be a lot of things. Like, it's not just going to be one little thing. It's going to be one thing on the other, on the other, on the other. It's going to look like you're getting flapjacks from IHOP. The big stack. Okay, one after the other. Just pile on top. Do you see Hi, Epic Mom. Do you see a redistribution of wealth when this is over? Yes, I do. And part of that redistribution is people paying what they're supposed to be paying in their taxes. So, good thing. Good times. It's not like we're punishing them. It's making them pay their fair share. I love when they say, yeah, but I pay more taxes than you do. It's like, yeah, but you make a lot more money than I do. And look where you live, look where I live. Yeah, what? A secretary is paying more percentage of taxes than a billionaire? Please. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Hi, Heart Center Tarot. Hi, Sherry. How come I'm not a mod on Arthur's channel? Because I don't like you. Just kidding. I love you. I love you. I'll fix that. We'll get that fixed for you. That's another thing. You know, when I was thanking everybody, like Mel, Linda, subscribers, collaborators, also the moderators, you know, you guys keep the trolls at bay and let them, you know, keep them under the bridge so they can't collect tolls. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess we have time for one more. Hi, Carmen. Will Trump be successful in his appeal of civil judgment of the E. Jean Carroll verdict? No. No. Nope. He owes the money. He owes the money. So, yeah. Will he pay it? The way I look at it is eventually his estate will pay it. So that's how I read this. All right. Well, this was a fun Easter Sunday with over 2,334 people in the room. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Joan. That's so nice of you. And Helen, we should just have like, thank you. My God, you people are so nice to me. Desert Mystic, thank you. Sarah, will the federal jobs that people were fired from reopen after the Orange Clown is out of office? There's reorganization, but most of them will get their jobs back. Okay. So again, everyone, thank you for spending your Easter Sunday with me. Even wore a pink shirt for you. Usually I wear black. People ask me, why do you wear black all the time? I said, well, I have a part-time job at the Kabuki Theater. Come on. But no, seriously, it's slimming. I just want to say thank you. Again, remember, we're all in this together. No one here is alone. It's a great, wonderful community. I love the fact that I can't read it while I'm doing the shows, but afterwards I read what's going on in the chat afterwards and laugh and giggle with what some of you guys say to each other. I really love that there's a community here and that you're all part of it. And again, thank you for making Arthur Ease Your Mind what it is, because most of the time I'm just Arthur lost his mind. And I've got I'm be putting up a new Timeless Tools in the playlist. That new playlist I have, Timeless Tools and Fast Results, it should be going up in the next 4 days. It's about why we sage. And it's called Smudging 101 with a modern twist. And what's the modern twist? Sage spray. And why we use it. And how to use it. And why it works. Okay? And after that, some other stuff. But remember, when we started the show, I talked about the Neville Goddard stuff. Really, it works. It really does. So before you go to bed at night, right before you drift off, that's when you are susceptible to having your life change. By putting it out there, by feeling it, by sensing it, that it's yours. And it's there. And then you put it out there, that emotion out there. But then the next day, don't go checking your bank accounts and all that to see, did it work? Did it work? Did it work? No, the next day it's like, yeah, it's coming. But if you're asking for abundance and manifesting money and stuff like that, you have the money. Your bills are paid. All my bills are paid in full, and I still have all this money. And then the third day, that's when you start questioning. oh, this is a bunch of hooey. This isn't going to work. I got to start all over again. No, don't. Keep that mindset. Don't forget, a lot of things hurdles have to happen for that to happen for you to get there. So, like the roots are growing, have the faith. You may not see the roots growing, but they are. And so, if you can work with manifesting our lives and money, it can manifesting on a new cabinet, on a new administration. So that's your assignment for this week. Okay? We're going to bring a new administration in sooner than later. One that has compassion, one that has clarity, one that has empathy and judgment. Okay? So, all again, thank you. And again, I'm so chuffed about where I'm at with subscribers, and it's all thanks to you. All right, I'm babbling as always. So, have a great night. Hope you had a great Easter. Have a great Easter week that follows. And just know you're not alone. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Have fun. And above all, stay amazing. See you next Sunday. Oh, and I've got other shows this week too. So look at my posts. I'll post them. All right. Bye-bye.